So today we're going to do an interesting form of therapy that I kind of just came up with this week because it was really helpful to me in a very therapeutic way. So we have some tarot cards. Now, a lot of people don't believe in, the whole tarot thing, that it can predict your future or anything like that. And let me explain to you how we're going to use these for therapy. I think a lot of people have sort of more of a misconception of tarot cards and what they're really used for, because I think personally, nobody can predict your future but you're the one who determines, what happens in your life. However, these can be great for guiding you, for giving you sort of some intrinsic motivation to help you keep going and help you think about and reflect about your own life and where you want to be and where you want to go. And that's how you can use it in therapy. So it's not really so much as predicting your future as it is, let's reflect about these aspects of your life and let's think about how we can improve them, or what needs to be done, what we would like to do in our lives. So that is what I do with tarot. Now I have this book that is a beginner guide to it, because it's easier to do the readings when you have the book in front of you and you can kind of go to each page and read about the card, what it means, and how you can apply that to your own life and what you're going to do. So this is what I use for that. And we're going to do a basic spread for today because there are a lot of different types of spreads. And spreads are the way that the cards are arranged. You shuffle the deck and then you have these little card spreads that you would do to tell you something about yourself. So we have an asset and a hindrance. That's just with 2 cards. We have advice from the universe, 1, 2, 3. We have past, present, your past, present, and future. We have mind, body, and spirit. Your potential relationship, law of attraction, making a decision, the Celtic cross, which is like the traditional tarot card reading, and it's more involved. It's 10 cards, but we'll do that eventually. And then it's more than 10 cards actually. They're listing it as, I don't know. No, it's 10 cards. Okay, anyway, and then they have a basic formula for designing your own types of spreads with 3 cards if you have something that you want to create or that you want to know or ask the universe, okay? So for this one, I think we're going to do past, present, and future because I feel like that's something that a lot of people think about when they think tarot cards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle the cards, and then this is going to be essentially our reading. So it's my reading and it's your reading. I want you to kind of put your thoughts and your energy into things as I'm shuffling and picking the 3 cards so that it feels like we're both here thinking about and contributing to this reading. So past, present, and future means that you have 1 card that tells you about your past. That is the energy that is behind you now. That is what you have already accomplished, what you've already done, what you've already been through. Present is the energy of your current situation, according to tarot, but this is a card that is telling you where you are now. And future is possible outcome or influence ahead for you. So in the aspect of therapy, we use these different things to tell us about where we should go from here and what are some positive things we can take away from this reading about ourselves. So I'm going to get my cards out. Now this is the Marseille Arcana, which is a little bit different than this. It's just an older Arcana, but it's still the same like readings and stuff. It just looks a little different. It's a little more old school looking. So I'm going to mix the cards. I'm going to think about my past, my present, and my future. I want you to think about yours. I want you to think about the things that are the most the things that are on your mind the most right now in this very moment about your life. Like what is plaguing you? What is the thing that is most bothering you right now? What is something that you want to improve? Anything like that. Think about those things and think about that while I finish shuffling. You can close your eyes or you can just sit there and kind of think. Give me another minute or so. Just trying to get these mixed up a little bit more for us. And one last shuffle. Let's see. Okay. Now that I've gotten the card shuffled, okay, I will place the deck right here, and then I will draw all 3 cards. Depending on the position of the cards, there will be a different meaning. So it's either going to be reversed or upright. And if it is a reversed card, it has a different meaning than the actual card because it is upside down. Since we're doing this together, if the card is facing you, I'm going to say that that is upright. And if the card's facing me, we're going to call it reversed. Okay? So it depends on, like if I was doing this reading just for myself, then what's facing me would be upright and what isn't would be reversed. But since you're involved, we're going to do it facing you. Okay? So the first card, which is past, is the Lovers reversed. Present is, I believe that is the Ace of Wands. And then future is, are those swords? I think they're swords. We'll figure it out. So past, the Lovers reversed. Present, Ace of Wands. Future, I think these are swords. We'll find out in a second when I look it up in the book. But it looks like the 7 of Swords, maybe? Okay. And this one is upright. This is not upside down. Okay. All right, so let's look up for the past, the Lovers. This is a very obvious card as far as meaning goes, but since we got it in the reverse, then it might have a little bit of a different meaning to it than normal. So let's find this card. All right, so in general, the Lovers card represents lovers. The 2 lovers stand together in harmony, the balance of masculine and feminine with nothing to hide. Every choice they make is in alignment with love. The Lovers card signifies an opportunity to connect in relationships that support your happiest, healthiest, best self. The imagery shows a man and a woman standing naked in a garden between the tree of life and the tree of knowledge. Okay, so this card looks a little bit different, but it's the same thing. The snake represents the temptation to indulge in earthly pleasures, while the angel encourages the couple to choose divine love over succumbing to instant gratification. Desire for pleasure is balanced by vulnerability and trust, since both exist within a harmonious relationship. However, since we drew the reversed of that for past, we have to read the reversed meaning. Now, the reversed meaning means disharmony and imbalanced. The reverse lovers in your reading can point to a relationship that is out of balance or codependent. This can also point to relying too heavily on a partner to fulfill your needs, or having unrealistic expectations of your relationships. To fix the imbalance, look inward to see where you can find the source of disharmony. Happiness is an inside job that is reflected in our relationships. Okay, so that is the past. That means that that has already happened. So if you maybe you came out of a relationship and now you're like becoming more independent. Maybe you're in a relationship and you know that it needs work, or you've worked through things before, but in your past you've had some kind of disharmonious relationship or something that was impacting you. So think about that. Think about something, and it doesn't have to be a relationship. It could be anything that would sort of be like disharmony and imbalance in your life. Obviously, this says it's focused on relationships, but even if it's not, just think about in your past, what has been imbalanced? What has been disharmonious? Think about how you have changed that, or how you would want to change that in your life. What could you do? Okay, so that's kind of how the reading works when you're kind of using it as therapy. All right, present is the Ace of Wands, I believe. Pentacles. And that's swords. Oh, here it is. Okay, present. So where you currently are, according to the tarot, is the Ace of Wands. The gift of creation is presented from the divine. Be open to exciting new possibilities. The Ace of Wands brings the gift of new beginning rooted in passion and creativity. The hand of the divine emerges from a cloud, offering a single wand of visionary inspiration, sprouting green leaves. Beneath the wand is a lush landscape that includes a castle, a peaceful river. Okay, so the Ace of Wands, the scene depicts stability, prosperity, movement, and the current of emotions that propels you forward, supporting a new venture. Some key meanings are inspiration and creativity. And the numerology is involved in initiation and new beginnings. So the general reading goes like this. When the Ace of Wands appears, it brings flashes of inspiration that guide you toward beginning a new adventure. This may manifest as creating a new project, traveling, beginning a new relationship, or starting a business. This exciting energy is merely the first step, offering the drive and motivation you need to get moving on your path. Stay open to signs from the universe and take action when they appear. So currently, this is your current situation. And this is a great thing to have as your current. So what are some of the things that you're doing right now that are inspiring to you? Are there any opportunities that have arisen for you recently that you think you should take on? Maybe there's a creative project, maybe it's a new job opportunity. It could be anything. Think about some of those things that you've wanted to work on even, and think about if that's something that you could work on right now. Where do you stand with that? What's your inspiration? What's your creativity? All right, so the last one, and then I'll tell you guys my interpretation from my life, but I just kind of want to give you guys your general reading first. All right, so now this is the Seven of Swords, which is your future, supposedly. And the Seven of Swords says, listen to your intuition to help you see what is being taken away from you or hidden from you right under your nose. You've just met the notorious thief of the tarot, the Seven of Swords card. A smirking man is in the process of sneaking off while carrying 5 swords. He appears to tiptoe away from the tent, yet he leaves 2 swords behind. The yellow background suggests he does this in broad daylight without attempting to hide what he is doing, since yellow represents conscious awareness. Like all swords, these ones represent ideas, thoughts, and forms of communication, so the theft taking place does not necessarily represent a physical object being taken by you or from you. So the upright meanings are deception and strategy, and the numerology is related to planning and contemplation. The Seven of Swords warns of possible deception and lying. Either someone is being dishonest with you, or you may be lying to yourself about something. This card can also represent a strategy or manipulation tactic you're using to get something you want, rather than being open and upfront about your needs. There is always an opportunity to reframe the situation with honesty and frank communication, as suggested by the 2 remaining swords. So ask yourself, what is the Seven of Swords asking you to confront? Okay, so this being placed in your future means this is something you should look out for, this type of situation. You don't want anything to set you back on those goals that you're working on right now. So you need to listen to your intuition, and that's always an important thing to do. But this sort of brings that thought to the forefront for you. As far as in my interpretation of my own, so we have the Lovers reversed. I've been previously divorced. I was in a bad relationship, so I kind of see that as applying there. And then the middle piece, what I'm working on now, I'm building a better life for myself now. I'm well past that point in my life. But in the future, I need to make sure that I stay on track and listen to my intuition. And that's something that I often neglect to do because, you know, sometimes I don't want to listen to my intuition. Sometimes I want to be logical or illogical and just keep going with whatever plan I had, no matter what. But it's important to reflect and look at the situation before making a big choice, and that intuition helps you with that. Your intuition lets you know, hey, this is probably not going to work, or this is going to work. You have to use that to help you in the future. So I think in general, the reading is a positive reading. Even though the future doesn't look good, this isn't your future. This isn't what's going to happen to you. This is a reading reminding you, hey, make sure you do this. You're working on a lot of cool things. You've gone through a lot of struggles in the past. Now you're more focused on creating something awesome, and you should remain focused on that and make sure that any slip-ups along the way you learn how to deal with appropriately. And that's trial and error with a lot of things. It depends on how you're applying this. I'm sort of applying it to my career and YouTube stuff, but you might be actually applying this to a relationship, since the Lovers was the first card. So maybe if it's a relationship thing, then it's saying, okay, you're going to be entering a new relationship, or you might already be, or you're looking for, and you need to be careful. Trust is really important, and honesty in a relationship. So think about those two things. So like I said, this is a basic tarot reading, and it's not predicting your future. It is asking you to think about different things in your life. And a lot of times with therapy, analyzing things in our life and thinking more deeply about them is how we figure out where we stand and what we want in life. So for me, doing tarot is more of a very useful thing when I feel like I need to really reflect about my life, or maybe when I have something that's going on that I'm having a hard time making a decision about even. The tarot cards offer you options or explanations on how to deal with an issue or a problem, and that's also very valuable. So that is my sort of opinion on them and the ways that I use them. I am hoping to make some more videos doing some of the other different spreads, and we can work on this together and sort of think about and reflect on our own struggles, ADHD, mental illness, whatever it is that you want to focus on, and really think deeply about that stuff. It's important. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're interested in more content like this. I also am on TikTok, and you can follow me there. It's the same name, Anne Marie ADHD, and I go live on TikTok during the week. singing karaoke. Because that's one of my favorite forms of therapy is singing. So if you would like to come join, please follow me on TikTok, and I'll see you guys around next time.